Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Happy Friday. I don't ever say thank God it's Friday because tomorrow's Saturday, next day Sunday, and every day continues. Anyway, today is a beautiful day outside. No clouds in the sky, nice and cool compared to what Texas is normally like. Anyway, for those of you that don't know who I am Rob Mazak. I am a psychic medium, and I have a variety of services related to that gift, if you will. And I'm not going to talk about all that right now because you can go to my website and look at it and find everything you'd like to know about services, right? But I wanted to just take a moment off script, nothing written down, just kind of talking from the heart a bit, if you will, about the kind of things I do and other practitioners do in the metaphysical or spiritual world. So I get a lot of what's the right word? Interesting questions, concerns about delving into this spiritual world, and is it safe? Is it accurate? Is it valid information? Is it magic? Is it evil? I don't really get any of that so much. I can't say people don't experience evil. In all the years I've been doing this professionally, about 7 years now, I think, 6, 7 years, anyway, a long time. I really haven't run across evil, and those entities that are considered evil, right? I find them to be just as helpful and I guess helpful is a good word in what I do here as well, right? So information flowing from the spiritual world can come in lots of different ways. But the thing is, when somebody comes to see me, I think, or anybody that does things like I do, I think the impression that most people get is that we're kind of like God, like that we should know every single answer that somebody has, or every single concern that somebody has. We should have a fix for that, or an answer for that, and see the future and know everything. And I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't work that way, right? Now, if I was God, yeah, sure, I suppose that would work, but I'm not, right? And I've even had people come to sit down at my table, and many times over the years, and just stare at me and look at me, and I'm like, so why are you here? And and the answer I've gotten is, you should know that. I'm like, sure, I suppose we can work through that, but the point being is, if you're going to come here and spend time with me, it's more effective if you come with a question, come with a concern, and then let's work through it. Right? But remember that when we get information, okay, I'll speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for the collective, but when I get information, it's not so much that I am this super being that gets this glorious and illustrious information that I can just slap in your lap and your life changes. Now, every now and then that happens, sure, right? But intuition and connection with spirit works kind of different than that. And so for me anyway, at times it's a lot like playing Pictionary, right? And so when somebody's sitting in front of me, a few avenues of information are available to me. One, the spiritual world, my spirit guides, source, God, whatever you like to call that, right? Whatever that is that's outside of us. But the other thing that's probably just as effective is the energy that you come with, that's part of your being. It's almost like over the years I've just gotten good at connecting with the energy of the person, and it's almost like as if I'm telling them something they already know, but at a level that they don't necessarily consciously have, right? And so and then of course you can use cards, you can use a lot of different things, and experience from having talked to so many people. There's so many things that blend together. But the idea, at least my approach, is not so much to give you this glorious wand and words and things that are just going to fix everything. There's no escaping doing the work. There just really isn't. And so really what happens here is the information that comes through for me when I'm sitting down with somebody is basically a way to start a conversation, and together we work through that and to figure out what it is and the most important thing you need to do to start evolving or get out of your own way or to get started on your own path, right? And so ideally I'm trying to do is give you lots of different ideas, different ways of looking at things, an objective view of somebody that's likely never met you, yet still sees some of the things that are just glaring out there. And so in that way, you're able to kind of relook at yourself and hopefully begin to make some changes. That's the idea, right? Because nothing changes unless something changes. If we continue to do the same things over and over again and expecting something different, it's never going to be different, right? So the idea is I'm trying to use all those tools I have to give you different ways of looking at things, give you a whole bunch of new ideas, objective ways of looking at things, and in the end to help you make your own informed decision. You will never hear me, if I do, I'm going to slap me upside my head. However, I don't like to tell people what to do. I think that's the wrong approach. I may provide some suggestions, some different things that you might consider, and so in that way you can begin to help yourself. So really, what my overall goal is to help people begin to help themselves. Having people come back over and over and over again, just throwing their money down, asking the same questions, expecting different answers, or continuing to doubt that the information that's coming through is really not the right approach. The idea is like the old story, right? Of I would rather teach you to fish instead of providing you fish, right? Because if I always providing you fish, you're never going to go out there and figure out how to do it for yourself, right? And if I teach you or help you understand what Spirit or the universe or God is trying to bring forth, it will help you learn and grow on your own as you should, right? If I'm having the same clients come to me over and over and over again, unless it's like a life coaching thing or something like that, then I'm really not doing my job, am I? Right? So the idea is not to be one and done, but to help people evolve and grow and just realize who they are, essentially get out of their own way, right? But remember, people, please remember that none of us are perfect. I don't care what it is we do, how intuitive we are, how spiritual we are, how connected we are, none of that, right? We are human beings just like you guys. And so you got to remember that we have the same struggles, the same feelings, the same emotions, the same problems that many of you guys come to us to help solve, right? And so I think that a lot of people think that we are perfection, and there are those out there that seem to portray that, but you're not going to hear that from me. I am just as imperfect as the rest of you guys. I think the bonus of having been through my own personal journey, which is always a continuous thing, right, is that now I am more aware when I'm being stupid, when emotions are there, when thoughts are there. Because before I started my journey, I was just ignorant and completely in the dark about me. My thoughts were running my life, perceptions were running my life, everything was just on automatic pilot. So now, when I'm being stupid, if you will, right, being my incarnate human self, I now almost see it like a marquee. It's like, hey Rob, guess what? You are falling back into old patterns. And it's like you can just see it. So I can no longer say I don't know, because I do. Right? And sometimes it's just human nature to go, I'm pissed off. I feeling anger, and sometimes we just choose to, or I choose to stay there and just kind of let that feeling be there for a while. But I will move on, and that's the idea of growth, right? Is to understand more about who you are, what your triggers are, where you belong, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, right? People you shouldn't be hanging around, things, activities, things that don't serve you. So the idea with growth is to grow, is to be different tomorrow, more different tomorrow than you were today, right? And it doesn't have to be anything glorious and immaculate and you're going to change overnight because you come see somebody like me. No, it's a process. I don't care what kind of miracle things are out there that are being touted. You still have to do the work. Sorry, that's just the way it is. But when you come to see somebody like me, like I said, the idea is that we are simply here to help you figure out you. And sometimes it takes conversation, sometimes it takes input from spirit, sometimes it takes your subconscious expressions that you don't even realize you're giving out. There's just a lot of ways to figure that out, right? And so I just want you guys to be aware that you're human too, right? And so, and realize that when you come to see us, that we are going to challenge you, and that's the idea, right? And so my word of caution, though, is if you're going to see somebody and they are telling you what to do, you might want to think twice about that, because I don't think that's the right way to do it. Now, if you're a parent and you've got children, you're telling them what to do, that makes sense. But if you're a full-grown adult and you're going to see somebody like me, our place should be to help you figure out alternatives and other ways of doing things. Anyway, I just want to take a moment, introduce myself. I haven't done a video in a long time. I played around with this, trying to get this done today. I have a new office. The lighting was too bright in the front, too noisy in the back. Every microphone I tried, got a fancy one, got an Xbox one, I got a cheesy one. None of them seemed to work well. So here I am with my phone propped up on a book. We'll try it this way. Anyway, I would definitely enjoy helping you on your journey. You can check out my services and see more about myself and what I offer on my website. It's at lifebymazak.com, lifebymazak.com. And on there's services and blogs and forums and all kind of stuff. Anyway, so I encourage you to always seek out help outside of yourself. We all should have someone that we go to for coaching, counseling, direction. I have my folks I see. I mean, you got to believe in your own product, right? So anyway, I hope to see you soon and become part of your journey. It's such an exciting field. And so with that, peace out. Namaste. See you soon.